birthing centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome in everyone to the Hutzel Athletic Center for today's Crossroads League matchup between the Marian University Knights and your number 3 ranked University of St. Francis Cougars. Crossroads League winning streaks collide tonight. One has 7 consecutive games. The other has won 6 consecutive games. One has not one, but 2 players averaging over 20 points per game. Tonight, something has to give when Marian University collides with the University of St. Francis here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Marian puts its 7-game win streak on the line. USF, its 6-game win streak, in just the second Crossroads League game of the season between these 2 rivals who first met on November the 15th of 1964. The Knights bring a 8-1 record into the Hutzel Athletic Center, along with the leading Crossroads League scorer, Wesley Stowers. He's averaging 22.1 points per game, which is number 11 in NAIA Division II scoring. Stowers has scored 20 or more points 6 times. He's scored 30 points or more twice already this season. Stowers scored 21 in Marian's Crossroads League opening 83-78 win in overtime against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. So did Sterling Brown, who is averaging 20.2 points per game, which ranks number 2 in the Crossroads League. Derek Hinen scored a USF high 26 points, and Chandler White added 25 as the duo led the Cougars to a 83-73 Crossroads League opening win at previously unbeaten Spring Arbor University. The Knights' lone loss was a 70-65 decision at Roosevelt University, Roosevelt out of Illinois, in Marian's second game of the season on November the 5th. The Knights beat MVNU with triple 20s. Andrew Jordan scored 20 in the win, his high this season and his 4th game scoring in double figures. USF has won 7 straight in the series and 9 of the last 10 against Marian. Stowers scored 19, while White is the leading returner for USF, scoring, who had 17 in the last meeting. A 75-52 win for the University of St. Francis back on January the 24th. Well, Marian University brings with them first-year head coach Scott Heddy. He's a graduate out of Indianapolis he graduated from University of Indianapolis in 1986. Scott Heddy spent the last 6 seasons as head coach at Carmel, where he led the Greyhounds to back-to-back Indiana Class 4A state championships in 2012 and 2013. Heddy compiled a 116 to just 27 losses record during his tenure at Carmel, which is the most wins in 4A basketball during that stand. His teams won 4 Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference titles and set a school record with 4 consecutive 20-plus win seasons. So Scott Heddy taking over the head coaching job. Todd Licklider was there 2 years ago at Marian, and that did not work out too well for the Knights. So they are rebuilding. Last time we were at Marian was for the Crossroads League Women's Tournament Championship game, which Marian won over St. Francis. And when we were there, Marian was talking about how they're building a brand new gymnasium there for their basketball program. Well, coming onto the floor is your number 3 ranked St. Francis Cougars, and what a game they had at Spring Arbor back on November the 21st to open up Crossroads League play. It was an 83-73 win against the Michigan Cougars from Spring Arbor. St. Francis definitely played the best game I've seen the Cougars play all season long. Evan Henry led the team with 35 minutes and 38 seconds played. Henry was 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, scored 8 points. Leading the Cougars was Derek Hinen in scoring with 26 points. Chandler White with 25 points was your second leading scorer. Bryce Lienhoop recorded a double-double, 11 points and 10 rebounds in the win against Spring Arbor. The Cougars shot 55% from the field and 60% from beyond the arc. That's right, you heard it right. St. Francis was 12 of 20 from beyond the arc against the Spring Arbor Cougars. Spring Arbor was 10 of 22 from beyond the arc, good enough for 45.5% shooting, but it was not enough as St. Francis beat Spring Arbor by 10 points. In the latest Coach's Top 25 poll, which came out just today, Northwestern out of Iowa is your number 1 ranked team. They're 9-0 on the season, receiving 7 first-place votes. Cornerstone out of Michigan is receiving 1 first-place vote. They are number 2 ranked. Of course, Cornerstone opened up the year losing at Indiana Wesleyan, but did beat St. Francis here at the Hut in the Cougars' first game of the season. St. Francis still at number 3, Indianapolis Wesleyan at number 4. Folks, we're going to take one last break before the starting lineup and the national anthem to today's Crossroads League home opener for your Cougars, taking on the Marian University Knights. Today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone. We will send it down to our PA announcer now before tonight's big game.
Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the University of St. Francis Cougar Marching Pride Pep Band.
With
And there we have it, folks. Starting lineups for today's big game. Marian University, they have all kinds of rankings entering today's matchup. Most notably, they rank number 6 in the country, averaging 98.4 points per game. They rank number 3 in the country with a scoring margin of 25 points, as they are only giving up 73.4 points per game, which ranks number 45 in the country. The Cougars are only giving up 68.7 points per game. That ranks number 10 in the country. St. Francis has arguably played the top schedule in the country as far as their opponents and how good they are. Marian, they have not played one ranked opponent yet. This is their first game against a ranked opponent, and the possession will be controlled by the Knights. Up top is number 23, Andrew Jordan. He's their top rebounds guy. Jordan comes in with 77 boards, which ranks number 19 in the country. Keep an eye out on number 10, Sterling Brown, the freshman. He just sank down here to the near wing. That's Wesley Stowers, number 4. We've seen Wesley for a while now, as Stowers is a junior guard for the Knights. Shot off the mark by Samuel Guyman, picked up by Chandler White. White up top. Connor Lotzenheiser now being guarded by Sterling Brown. Brown, a freshman from Carmel High School, followed Coach Hetty to Marian University. Derek Hinen down low, misses with the right hand. That was rebounded by Jordan. Stowers bringing it up for the Knights. Quick three-pointer on its way, way off the mark as it hits the side of the backboard. That was Christian Stewart, the freshman guard from Indianapolis, Indiana, Roncalli High School. Guyman with the defense on Bryce Lienhoop. Huge mismatch there in favor of the Cougars as Lienhoop gets the first bucket of the game, a right-handed hook shot. Cougars up 2-0. Stowers working off a pick was number 10, Brown. Brown's a good-looking player, second leading scorer on the team, averaging 20.2 points per game, as Stowers' three-pointer does not rim in, rebounded by Lienhoop. Bryce Lienhoop, who had a double-double last time out at Spring Arbor, a huge 10-point victory for your Cougars. Spring Arbor was previously unbeaten before taking the loss to St. Francis. We got a foul going to be called. Blocking foul goes on number 30, Christian Stewart, for the Knights. So with the inbounds pass, it'll be Derek Hinen. Nobody guarding the inbounder. Closest to him is Stewart, down on the block. Henry receives the ball, being guarded by Stowers. Man-to-man defense here played by Marian. Good help D by Sterling Brown, but they're going to call him with the foul. No, actually, there's going to be a pushing foul called on Stewart. So for Christian, Stewart picks up 2 quick fouls here. That's his second, team's second. Once again, Cougars will be inbounding as Marian picks up 2 quick fouls. St. Francis up 2-0, and entering the game for the Knights is number 12, Mark Albers. Lob goes into Lienhoop. Top of the key, Chandler White for 3. That one halfway down, pops out. Chandler White coming off a huge game at Spring Arbor. Chandler and Derek Hinen led the squad in scoring. Hinen had 26, and Chandler White had 25 as the Cougars shot 60% from beyond the arc. Wesley Stowers lost control of the ball right there. We got 15 seconds on the shot clock. Stowers will inbound for the Knights. Inbounds pass makes its way to Brown up top of the key. Three-pointers, no good. Rebounded by Chandler White. Cougars owning the board so far in this matchup between these two Crossroads League rivals, as a reverse lay-in is good for Bryce Lienhoop. Bryce has all 4 points for the Cougars and is also the leading scorer for St. Francis, averaging 16.4 points per game entering today's contest. Derek Hinen right behind him, averaging 14.4 points per game. Down on the blocks. And we got a charging going to be called on Samuel Guyman, the sophomore. He's a forward at 6'7", 210. Guyman, that'll be his first and the team's third. 3 minutes in, 4-0 lead for your Cougars. Once again, St. Francis, tough schedule as the three-pointer's on its way by Henry, no good, rebounded by Jordan. Cougars opening up with Olivet Naz, then number 1 Cornerstone, played number 18 Rochester as Stowers hits the bucket and will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Foul's going to be called on number 10, Chandler White, his first, team's first. Cougs beat number 18 Rochester 74-73, then beat number 4 Bellevue out of Nebraska 77-51 as Stowers converts. Number 9 IU East, the Cougars did win 93-81, then beat number 21 Rochester 75-67, and then beating receiving votes Spring Arbor 83-73. So the Cougars definitely do not scared to schedule some of the top competition in the NAIA, as the bucket is good for Bryce Lienhoop. Bryce is having an outstanding season so far for the Cougars. And granted, I have not seen many of the Crossroads League teams play this year. Really, Marian's the first team I've seen play this year. But I got to believe Lienhoop, who is the preseason Crossroads League Player of the Year, as the two-pointer is good for Sterling Brown. I believe that Lienhoop is in the running for Crossroads League Player of the Year right now after 9 games. Bryce, cross court, eventually makes its way to Hinen. Hinen finds Chandler White wide open, who's going to drive from the wing, was walled off by Jordan. Absorbed the contact and got it to go. Banks open for Chandler White, who gets his first 2. Cougars up 8-3. Stowers being guarded by Derek Hinen. Jordan's three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Chandler White. So far in this game, Marian is struggling from three-point land. The feed goes down to Lienhoop. Both teams in a man-to-man defense. Left wide open is Derek Hinen. Three-pointer's a bit short. No push-off as everybody in the Hutzel 1-1 called on Mark Albers, number 12 for Marian. Albers with the putback. Good job never giving up on that play. Mark Albers is a freshman guard, 6'4", 190 from Pendleton Heights High School, Pendleton, Indiana. Connor Lotzenheiser, the sophomore from Convoy, Ohio. As it's Lienhoop down low, right hand off glass, no good. Rebounded by Jordan. Jordan is their man. He is the glass cleaner. He's got 4 rebounds already in this game. Albers. Brown's going to be walled off by Lienhoop. Jordan with the bunny, way too hard off glass. No touch there, and no up and down call. They're going to call a jump ball as a Cougar was able to get a hand on it. We have a media timeout called here at 14:24. We'll take one with them. Today's game is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Cougars.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where your Cougars lead it 8-7 over the Marian University Knights. St. Francis currently shooting 40% from the field on 4 of 10 shooting, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc with 6 rebounds. Marian's 3 of 9 from the field, 33% shooting, 0 of 4 from three-point land. And Wesley Stowers 1 for 1 from the free throw line. That's all Marian's recorded. And the Knights have 6 rebounds, so a very evenly matched game so far between these two Crossroads League foes. Really, when you're talking about Marian-St. Francis rivalries, it's in football. It's been a while since Marian's really contested against University of St. Francis and Coach Chad LaCross, with St. Francis winning the last 9 out of 10 meetings between the two squads. Nice drive by Derek Hinen that gets his first 2 points of the game. Hinen, a transfer from Huntington University, had to sit out last year and is playing in his final collegiate season here as a sophomore for Coach LaCross. Jumper was off the mark by number 34, Carter Taylor, a freshman, 6'7", 210 from Frankfort, Indiana. Well, if we know one thing about Marian, they will fund this team, and they will have top dollar to spend on their players, as a three-pointer by Chandler White off the mark. Marian University, one of the top schools in the Crossroads League when it comes to the championship trophy, which includes all the schools, or excuse me, all of the sports. Indiana Wesleyan's ranked number 1 at 64 points. Marian right behind them at 54, as the three-pointer is good by Mark Albers. Albers now has 5 points to lead the Knights. Albers the perfect 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. Turnover as Jordan too hard off glass. That's the second one that Jordan's just went too hard off the glass. But possession will stay with Marian. Austin Compton's going to check in for St. Francis. He's now wearing a brace on his right shoulder, as Chandler White's going to take a breather for your Cougars. With the inbounds pass is Wesley Stowers. Albers up top, gets it over to Stowers, being guarded by Austin Compton. Compton, one of the quickest guards in the Crossroads League. Brings a ton of energy to the floor for Coach Chad LaCross. Stowers' three-pointer is good. Wesley Stowers, entering today, shoots 42% from beyond the arc, hitting 21 of 50 three-pointers. Stowers, that's his 6th point of the game, which is a game high. Derek Hinen gets the layup to go. Stowers walled off by Stephen Turner. And loose ball foul going to be called on Austin Compton, so that'll be his first and the team's 3rd. Stowers once again with the inbound. Albers goes up to Brown. Stowers working off the pick set by Jordan. Brown one-on-one with Evan Henry, gets past him and finishes with the left hand. Sterling Brown once again, freshman guard from Carmel High School, the same school that Coach Scott Heddy came from. Long three-pointer by Hunter Hollowell, off the mark, rebounded by Brown. Hunter is nationally ranked number 12, shooting 56% from beyond the arc on the season. And that's a long two-pointer, good for Sterling Brown. That's his 6th point of the game. Marian extends their lead to 5, 17-12. Hinen. Brown with the defense. Pick set by Stephen Turner. Turner left all alone down the block. Out of the corner. Compton's three-pointer is no good. Jordan with another rebound. That's his 5th of the game. Stowers, long three-pointer. Back rim's no good. Just over the outstretched arm of Hunter Hollowell. Another possession here for Marian. Brown up top. It's Henry with the defense. Stowers being guarded by Hinen. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Stowers, no room to drive. As he's going to step back. 17-foot jumper falls. We got a timeout going to be called by Coach Chad LaCross. That'll be a 30-second timeout, as we will stay right here, folks. Some good matchups going on in the Crossroads League tonight. Spring Arbor is at Taylor. Both teams ranked in the coaches' top 25. Bethel's at Huntington, Goshen at Indiana Wesleyan, and Grace is at Mount Vernon Nats. Checking out the coaches' top 25, the regular season rankings came out just today, so this is fresh off the press. Indiana Wesleyan's ranked number 4, one spot behind St. Francis. Taylor comes in at number 12, Bethel at 16, and Spring Arbor at number 21. Crossroads League leads the country with 5 teams in the top 25. But none of the Crossroads League teams are receiving votes. That includes Marian University. Marian not getting any love, mostly because they did not play any ranked opponents before entering Crossroads League play. But Marian at 8-1, one of the best records in the Crossroads League. Bethel, the only undefeated team at 8-0. Top of the key three-pointer is good by Evan Henry. Henry entering today, shooting 42% from beyond the arc, hitting 15 of 36. Evan Henry, the career three-point shooter. He holds the mark here at St. Francis for most three-pointers made. Just an outstanding player, and what a career he's had as Stowers matches him. Wesley now with 11 points, a game high, puts his team up by 7, 22-15. Turner goes down to Lienhoop. Bryce, beautiful feed there as he just threaded the needle. Turner hits the hook shot for his first 2 points of the game. That'll pull St. Francis to within 5. Nice job by Turner getting the hand in there to knock that one away from Brown. Brown hands it off to Casey Earls, sophomore guard out of Mooresville High School, Mooresville, Indiana. Earls for 3. That one off the heel, rebounded by Lienhoop. Hinen quickly up to Henry. With the defense, that's Mark Albers, 6'4", 190 on Stephen Turner. Stephen goes 6'6", 205. Albers drives right past him. Off glass. Albers with the 7th point of the game extends Marian's lead to 7, 24-17. Bryce down low. Works right through the defense of number 20, Samuel Guyman. Guyman's going to pick up the foul for Samuel. That will be number 2 and number 4 for the Knights. Hinen's going to check out. Chandler White checks back in. Hinen checks out with 4 points, 2 of 4 from the field. Chandler White checks in with 2 points. He's 1 of 3 from the field. Guyman's going to check out for Marian. In for him is number 34, Carter Taylor. Bryce, this is his first free throw attempt of the game. He's 3 of 4 from the field, and it's good. Entering today, Lienhoop shooting 72% from the free throw line, hitting 28 of 39. Pressure in the backcourt here, put on by St. Francis. No half-court trap as Austin Compton's going to sink off. Stowers working off the pick set by number 34, Taylor. Jumper's no good. And coach wanting an over the back called on Taylor, none called. Loose ball foul is going to be called against. Coach across cannot believe it, as Taylor is going to be called with the loose ball foul. .8:32 left to play. Marian up 24-20. This is the second Crossroads League game of the season for both teams. Of course, it was Marian beating Mount Vernon Naz and St. Francis beating previously unbeaten Spring Arbor. Foul called on number 34. as Lienhoop goes up the left hand. No good. Rebounded by White. The putback is good for Chandler White. Chandler, his 4th point of the game, pulls the Cougars to within 2. Approaching 8 minutes left to play. Stowers being guarded now by Connor Lotzenheiser. Taylor down low, spin move in the block. Right-handed shot's no good, rebounded by Lienhoop. Compton pushing the tempo. He is quick to get to the cup from baseline to baseline. Nice strong take there by Chandler White, no foul called. Taylor with the rebound. Stowers now on the other end, nowhere to go for him as Lotzenheiser stole it midair. Beautiful steal by Connor Lotzenheiser. Cougars as a team, that's their first steal of the game. Marian currently with 1 steal as well. Lotzenheiser left hand take, switches to the right in air, no good, rebounded by Carter Taylor. Now it's Brown, Sterling Brown pushing. He was walled off by Henry. Stowers, long 3-pointer, that one from 25 feet, rims in. Stowers now with 14 points. That's a game high. His squad's up by 5. Down low, huge block by Carter Taylor. Stowers gets it over to Brown. Neither one of those two like to sit much as the tip out's going to go to Evan Henry. Stowers averages 32.4 minutes played per game, and Sterling Brown averages 29.7. Loose ball, and I believe they're going to say Lienhoop was out of bounds, so possession goes to Marian. So we have an officials timeout here with 6:20 left to play. Today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union, a proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back to everyone to the Hutzel Athletic Center. Cougars currently down 27-22. St. Francis shooting 40% from the field on 10 of 25 shooting. Marian shooting 44% from the field, 11 of 25 shooting. Bringing the ball up is number 30, Christian Stewart, for the Knights. That's Bryce Lienhoop with the defense, knocked it right away from Carter Taylor. Chandler White now looking to go coast to coast with it, and does. Finishes through the contact. Chandler now with 6 points in this game, pulls St. Francis to within 3. Cougars down 27-24. Albers gets it over to number 3, that's Casey Earls. Earls has yet to score in this game, does have a 3-point attempt under his belt. 3-pointer by Taylor, off the mark, rebounded by Connor Lotzenheiser. Heiser gets it over to Derek Hinen. Looks like a zone defense now being played by Marian, 2-3, with a guard popping up from the baseline on either side. Hinen. Henry finds Lotzenheiser wide open on the wing. Derek now Nice drive in the lane. He is fouled. A blocking foul going to be called on the Knights as Hinen gets it to fall for Derek. That'll be his 4th point of the game, and he has a chance to tie it here at the free throw line. Looks like Andrew Jordan's about to check in along with Sterling Brown, so that would be a very quick break there for Sterling Brown. Chandler White's going to check out, and Bryce Lienhoop's going to check out for St. Francis. Stephen Turner checks back in. And, excuse me, folks, Chandler White just went to the bench to get a drink of water. As Hinen hits the free throw, converts a 3-point play, we are tied now at 27 points apiece. Jordan out of the corner. Sterling Brown looking to drive, got knocked off balance and turns the ball over. For the Knights, that's their 4th turnover of the game. Knotted at 27. Cougars looking to take the lead here with 4:47 left to play in the first half. It's Hinen over the timeline. Derek Hinen averages 31.2 minutes played per game, which is the best for St. Francis. Evan Henry right behind him, averaging 30.9. Pass is intercepted by Casey Earls. Has it knocked away from behind by Connor Lotzenheiser. Nice pickup by Evan Henry there on the baseline. Great looking crowd here at the Hut. On our end of the stands, we have about twice as many people here as you see on the far end. Hinen backing down Brown. Nice hop as he was able to get some separation and finishes off the glass. Derek Hinen now with 9 points in this game, giving St. Francis the lead. Derek Hinen now with 5 straight points for the Cougars, who have went from being down 27-24, now up 29-27. Looks like Bryce Lienhoop's going to check back in for St. Francis. Casey Earls is out for Marian. Lienhoop checks in for Henry. So St. Francis has their big lineup in with Stephen Turner and Bryce Lienhoop. Turner averaging 14.3 minutes played per game, but as of late, just seems like his role has expanded here for Coach LaCross. Cross-court pass by White gets stolen by Brown. Sterling Brown draws contact from Hinen. Block's going to be called on number 34. That'll be his 1st and the team's 5th. Excuse me, that's the team's 4th foul. So at the free throw line, now will be number 10, Sterling Brown. Brown entering today, shooting 93% from the charity stripe, which ranks him number 8 in the country, hitting 27 of 29 free throws. Yes, once again, folks, Sterling Brown is only a freshman. He has hit 33 three-pointers on the season. That ranks him number 2 in the country, averaging 3.7 three-pointers made per game. And he's shooting 56% from beyond the arc, which ranks number 14 in the country. So not a bad freshman is Sterling Brown. Not bad at all. Chandler from the far wing. Hinen to Lotzenheiser. Marian ties this game up at 29. That's another turnover here by St. Francis. Brown leaves that one short. Jordan went for the rebound, just a little bit out of control as it goes out of bounds. Evan Henry's going to check into this game for Stephen Turner. No doubt about it, that number 23, Andrew Jordan, is a very, very good player for Marian. Just looks to be out of control at times. We've seen him miss 2 bunnies hard off the glass, and then that time turning it over down on the block. Henry walled off by Sterling Brown. 2:45 left to play in this first half, and a beautiful find to Chandler White. As the bucket is good, he will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Foul's going to be called on number 12, Mark Albers. That'll be his first and the team's 8th. Chandler White looking to convert the three-point play. Chandler does not, as he will sit with 8 points. Chandler entering today a 65% free throw shooter, hitting 11 of 17. It's Sterling Brown up top, being guarded by Evan Henry. Hinen's got the defense on Stowers. Stowers, left hand, throws it up, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. We're tied at 31. Hinen back over to Lotzenheiser. Evan Henry now for 3. The 23-footer is good by Evan Henry, giving the Cougars a 34-31 lead. Always nice to see Evan Henry start getting going from beyond the arc. He is now 2 of 3 from three-point land with 6 points. Rebounded by Lotzenheiser. Hinen pushing it for St. Francis. Lotzenheiser, 22-foot three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Albers. Christian Stewart gives it up to Sterling Brown. Stewart now out of the corner, finds Jordan on the far wing. Stowers here on the near wing. Nobody down the block for Marian as Jordan takes the feed. He's walled off and has it swatted from behind by Lotzenheiser, who comes up with the steal. Hinen back to Henry. 1 minute left to go here in the first half. Hinen down low. White with the bunny, and it rims in for Chandler White. He now has 10 points in this one to lead St. Francis in scoring. Cougars up by 5, 36-31. Stewart. Jumper no good. Rebounded by Chandler White. We have about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cougars going to let this one trickle down. St. Francis, who for the most part was behind the majority of this first half, I would say maybe 60% to 40%, but the Cougars have been strong here in the last 8 minutes. Evan shot off the mark, and Evan Henry going to be called with a loose ball foul as he collided with Christian Stewart, number 30. Evan, that'll be his first foul and the team's 5th. .8 seconds left as Coach Hetty's getting everybody down on the offensive end for Marian. Derek Hinen providing the pressure in the backcourt. Billy Doslak and Austin Compton gonna enter. Evan Henry is taking a breather along with Derek Hinen. Billy Doslak has the coverage on Sterling Brown. Compton's on Wesley Stowers. Stowers, and a little floater from 8 feet is no good as the Cougars will head into the break up 36-31. Folks, we're going to take a break here in the booth. We'll be back with you with about 4 minutes left to play before the second half. You're watching Cougar basketball. St. Francis up 36-31.
Family Birthing Centers with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go, the same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back into the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Cougars lead it 36-31 over the Marian University Knights. St. Francis shooting 48% from the field on 16 of 23 shooting. St. Francis 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, 20%. 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 67%. 20 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 5 turnovers, 3 blocks, 5 team fouls. Chandler White's the team's leading scorer with 10 points. He's also the team's leading rebounder with 7. And Derek Hinen leads the Cougars with 5 assists. St. Francis getting 2 points off the bench, 28 points in the paint, 2 second chance points, and 6 points off turnovers. Marian University, 12 of 34 from the field, good enough for 35% shooting. 4 of 13 from beyond the arc, 31%, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Marian has 19 rebounds, 3 of those being offensive. 4 assists, 4 steals, 5 turnovers, 2 blocks, 18 fouls. The leading scorer for Marian and the game's leading scorer was Wesley Stowers. He had 16 points. Jordan had 7 rebounds and Albers with 3 assists. Marian getting 7 points off the bench, 8 points in the paint, 5 second chance points, and 8 points off turnovers. Last field goal of the game for Marian came at 2:24 left to play in the half. For St. Francis was with 54 seconds left to play. The largest lead for Marian was 7 points, and they did that a few times in the first half. But they had a 7-point lead with 10:50 left to play in the first half. St. Francis' largest lead is 5, and that came with 54 seconds left to play. So the Cougars' current lead is the largest lead that they have had in this game of 5 points. The score was tied 4 times, and there were 2 lead changes. St. Francis has won 6 straight games entering today's game. Marian University winning 7 straight entering tonight. Bryce Lienhoop for your Cougars had 9 points and 5 rebounds with 15 minutes played. Evan Henry played 19 minutes to lead St. Francis, while Wesley Stowers played all 20 minutes for Marian. That's Stowers with the ball right now. Gets it over to Jordan. Has his shot swatted by Lienhoop. Second chance, as that's going to fall out of bounds. Possession to stay with the Knights. A fresh 30 on the shot clock. With the inbounds is Stowers. Up top is Sterling Brown. Jumper from 15 feet is good. That is Mark Albers. He now has 9 points in this game. Albers getting the first bucket of the second half. Lienhoop at the near elbow. 3-pointer by Derek Hinen. That one left rim's no good. Picked up by Albers. 3-on-2, Marian, nope, 3-on-3, excuse me, as Sterling Brown pulls up just inside the arc. Rebounded by Hinen. Hinen running with Jordan, gives it back to Chandler White. Henry, we have Bryce Lienhoop at the near elbow as he sinks down to the block. Hinen looking at the 13-foot jumper. Henry down to Chandler White, and Chandler going to be called with the turnover for St. Francis. It's 6th turnover of the game. Marian currently has 5. .842, Sterling Brown over the timeline. Stowers gets it over to Albers. Marian wearing the brand new Nike uniforms. You can see they're a little bit of a shorter cut, a little tighter fit. It's kind of the trend that a lot of the teams are going to these days. Foul's going to be called on number 24. Excuse me, number 23, Bryce Lienhoop. That'll be his first and the team's first. Be Stowers with the inbounds pass. Andrew Jordan Albers over to Stowers. Stowers found a little hole there in the lane, but misses on the fadeaway jumper. Hinen quickly over to Lotzenheiser. Sterling Brown with the defense on Derek Hinen. Marian currently looks like a man-to-man defense as Bryce Lienhoop, the putback is good for Chandler White. Chandler now with 12 points in this game. Brown over the timeline. Andrew Jordan back over Stowers. Cougars playing some suffocating defense here in the second half as Sterling Brown hits the two-pointer. Sterling in this game is 4 of 8 from the field, shooting 40%. Entering today is a 54% shooter from the field. Hinen, top of the key. Nice feed to Bryce Lienhoop on the baseline. Bryce left all alone for his 11th point of the game. Cougars back up by 5. Stowers. Albers cradles it with the right hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, and the putback's good for Mark Albers, the freshman, 6'4", 190. He now has 11 points in this one on 5 of 6 shooting from the field. Chandler White double team down low, off glass, no good. And that was last touched by Bryce Lienhoop, they're going to say. Andrew Jordan also had a hand in there. Over the timeline is Sterling Brown. Three-pointer on its way, no good by Wesley Stowers. He's now 3 of 7 from beyond the arc. Hinen, nice no look as he goes straight to the cup. Derek now with 11 points. Fancy ball handling there for Hinen with the fake. Stowers walled off by Lienhoop. The feed goes down low to Guyman. Guyman with the right-handed hook shot. That's just his 4th point of the game as he has 2 fouls. He picked those up quickly in the first half. Lotzenheiser. Feed goes over to Henry on the near wing. Evan left alone here. Three-pointer is good. Evan now 3 of 5 from three-point land with 9 points. Stowers being guarded by Hinen. Had a whole lot of motion here by the Marian Knights. Stowers steps back to the 17-footer, no good. Lotzenheiser with the board. Kick out goes to Lotzenheiser for 3, and Connor knocks it down. Cougars ballooning that lead to 9 points here, up 48 to 39. We have a 30-second timeout going to be taken by Marian coach Scott Heddy. What a great start to the second half here by the Cougars. Cougars so far here in the second half with 12 points, Marian with 8. Up next for St. Francis after this one, the Cougars will host Goshen as part of a doubleheader. That's this Saturday. The women tipping off at 1 p.m. while the men will tip off at 3 p.m. .56 left to play. Hunter Hollowell back into the game for St. Francis. The sharpshooter from Huntington North High School, Huntington, Indiana. Huntington North High School had a big opening game win against Homestead at home as the jumper's good by Albers. That's his 13th point. They say Huntington North has two 6'7" players, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with this year out of the NE8 conference. Fall away jumper is good by Derek Hinen. He's going to head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Foul's called on Samuel Guyman, number 20, so he now has 3 fouls in this game. So we got another timeout called here at the Hub. We'll take one as today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the University of St. Francis leads it 50-41. It's Derek Hinen at the free throw line. Derek entering today, shooting 82% from the charity stripe, hitting 27 of 33 free throws. Three-point play is good for Derek Hinen. Derek now with 14 points in this one. Cougars putting some pressure on in the backcourt. Sterling Brown running the point as the pass goes over to Christian Stewart. Stewart, the freshman guard, 6 foot 165. Stowers kicks back out. Stewart looked at the three-pointer, now takes it, and it's good. Christian Stewart entering today a 42% three-point shooter, hitting 14 of 33. Marian University as a team entering today shooting 42% from beyond the arc, which ranks number 11 in the country. Their 101 three-pointers made entering today also ranks number 11 in the country. Foul is called on number 12. So for Mark Albers, that'll be his second, the team's second. Stephen Turner's going to check in for Lienhoop. Connor Lotzenheiser with the inbounds pass. Lotzenheiser with Stephen Turner up top. Hinen kicks out. Lotzenheiser driving from the wing, uses the body to pop out from the baseline and gets 2. Connor now with 15 points. St. Francis lead at 9. Stowers needs to get going for the Knights. Hits the 12-footer. Contested 12-footer is good by Wesley Stowers. He has a game high, 18 points. Derek Hinen there in the first half, just inside 10 minutes to play. What a great stretch he had with 5 straight points, taking the Cougars from 24 points down, down 24-27 to up 29-27. Another bucket there for Hinen as he now has 16. Foul's called on number 42. Leonard Hollowell, that'll be his first and the team's second. So Derek Hinen's going to take a breather, get a nice applause here from the crowd. Stowers going to have to call a timeout here. Nice defense played by the Cougars. So that's going to be a full timeout. We're going to take a timeout up here. Today's game brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for the Cougars.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne. We're back here at the hut. Stowers with the inbounds pass. Wesley still, everybody guarded, and that's a 5-second violation. Beautiful defense here by the Cougars. Currently up by 9 points. Checking in will be Carter Taylor for the Knights. It's going to be Lotzenheiser bringing it up for St. Francis with Hinen on the bench. Connor quickly getting over the timeline. Brown with the defense on Hinen. Hollowell finds Evan Henry out of the corner. Turner. Lotzenheiser driving from top of the key. Kicks back out. Cougars, once again, their ball movement has been unstoppable. Stephen Turner finishes on the block. He's now got 4 points in this game. St. Francis ranked number 3 in the preseason poll, now ranked number 3 in the first regular season poll as Sterling Brown hits the deuce. He's got 12 points. Marian down by 9. Hollowell to White. Lotzenheiser to Henry. Lotzenheiser getting tied up there for a second. Quickly gets it out to Hollowell. That one just misses. Left rim, no good. Rebounded by White. Second chance for Hollowell, no good. Through the arms of Turner. Loose ball. And it's Wesley Stowers and Stephen Turner battling after it. Possession will stay with St. Francis. So that was a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of St. Francis. Hinen back in as Stephen Turner and Lotzenheiser take a breather. Also taking a breather is Carter Taylor. Reverse lay-in. Lienhoop is fouled. Foul called on number 20, Samuel Guinan. Bryce currently in this game 1 for 1 from the free throw line, as the first one is no good. Entering today, Lienhoop shooting 72% from the free throw line. Second one's good as well. Cougars up by 10. Putting the pressure on quickly here against the Knights. So a nice take by Sterling Brown. He will be fouled and will head to the free throw line. Brown is already 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Once again, entering today at 93% free throw shooter. Wesley Stowers is right behind him at 91%. So that right there is the first miss for Brown in this game. Second one is good. Sterling Brown, his 13th point of the game, will pull Marian to within 9. 11 minutes remaining in regulation. Hinen working against Brown. Nice take, left hand, straight to the cup. Derek now with 18 points. That ties him with Wesley Stowers for a game high. Stewart over to Albers, over to Stowers. Nice help defense by Chandler White, knocks the ball free. And possession arrow is going to be in favor of Marian. But a nice tie-up, good defense by Chandler White. Marian, entering today averaging 98.4 points per game, have yet to hit the 50-point mark. It's going to be Stowers now once again with the inbounds. The last 2 times Marian tried to inbound the ball. It resulted in a timeout and a 5-second violation, so this could get interesting. Well, maybe not. Brown, 3-point attempt, and it's up and in. Sterling Brown now is 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. That was a huge 3-pointer to bring his team to within 8. Sterling Brown has 16 points, 2 behind Stowers. Feed intended for White was knocked away by Albers, picked up by Stowers. Now in transition, Stewart. Albers with the pump fake. Marian stacked on the right side of the floor. And we got a foul going to be called. Looks like Chandler White, number 10, going to be called with it. For Chandler, that'll be his 2nd of the game, team's 4th. Marian currently with 3 fouls. .54 left to play. St. Francis was up by 5 at the half. Leads up to 8 currently over the Knights. Stewart back to Albers. Right-handed 3-pointer is good. Nothing but the back of the iron for Albers. That's his 16th point of the game. He is now 2 of 3 from 3-point land. Not sure if you folks have seen, but blocked by Jordan. Possession stays for St. Francis. The NAIA Division II Men's National Tournament will be played in Sioux Falls, Iowa. As Hinen throws it up with the right, no good. And Jordan, they're going to say that was tipped out by Bryce Lienhoop. Folks, Taylor University has beaten Spring Arbor 60-57. That game at Taylor. Huntington's losing to Bethel badly, 61-39. Games at Huntington. Wesleyan hosting Goshen is up 59-55. So the D2 National Championships, awarded to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And the game will be played at the Sanford Pentagon. So the 2018 and 2019 Men's Division II National Championships will have a new location after being held 18 years in Branson, Missouri. This was a shocker to everybody, but Branson wanted to make sure all the athletes would stand for the national anthem, and the NAIA would not adhere, so that's why they had to change venues. Stowers with the jumper. Marian now pulls within 3. 60-57 is your score. Henry, 17-footers, no good. Stowers with the board. One-on-one, Stowers and Lotzenheiser draws the contact, cannot finish. Loose ball is picked up by Sterling Brown. Baseline jumper's no good, rebounded by Lotzenheiser. Timeout going to be called by head coach Chad LaCross. That's a 30-second timeout. Looking at Marian. Up next for the Knights, they will host Spring Arbor this Saturday, 3 p.m. tip-off, before traveling to Indiana Wesleyan. That'll wrap up their pre-Christmas Crossroads League schedule. St. Francis, who will host Goshen this Saturday, will travel to number 15 Taylor a week from today, 7 p.m. tip-off. Taylor University once again ranked number 15 in the country. Taylor currently beating Spring Arbor 60-57. Turner, top of the key, 16 seconds on the shot clock. Henry finds Lotzenheiser out of the corner. Switch defense is once again a 2-3 zone here by Marian. That's Andrew Jordan up top, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hinen gets the jumper off, no good. And that was knocked out. I believe that was Stephen Turner with the last touch. So we got an official's timeout here at the hut. It's a full timeout. Today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union, a proud supporter of Cougar Athletics.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everyone, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where your Cougars currently lead it 60-57 over Marian University.
Looks like we lost our scoreboard for a second. We'll get that back up and running for you.
Ball stolen by Hinen. Chandler White now in transition with the thunderous slam for Chandler White. That'll give the Cougars the 5-point advantage, up 62-57. There we go. Scoreboard slowly coming back. Nice excitement there by Chandler White. Cougars desperately needed that to spark some life in the squad coming off the timeout. As a three-pointer is good by Derek Hinen. His game-high 21st point. Huge triple there by Derek Hinen. Cougars lead back up by 8 after it was currently at 3 points. Derek Hinen looking like he's going to be the player of the game. Chandler White does have 10 rebounds in this one, as a three-pointer is good by Christian Stewart for his 6th point of the game. Chandler White with 14 points, 10 rebounds for a double-double. Bryce Lienhoop's got 12 and 7. Hinen's got 18 and 8 assists. Let's see if he can't get 2 more assists. Latzenheiser down low, goes up strong with the right hand. Latzenheiser now with 7 points in this game. The message board came on here at the Hut. That's the first time I've ever seen that. It just said Galaxy on it. Fadeaway jumper is good by Sterling Brown from the elbow. So Hinen going to be fouled. Goes against Sterling Brown, number 10. That's his first and the team's 4th. So 2 huge plays there for the Cougs. As Hinen's first free throw is up and in. Derek now perfect 3 of 3 with 22 points. Game high 22. Second one good as well, as we got a timeout going to be called by Coach Chad LaCross here with 5:18 left to play. Let's take another look at that beautiful dunk here by Chandler White. Nice steal by Hinen, who gets it up to Chandler. Chandler throws it down hard with the right hand. Right before that, it was Derek Hinen. Derek's been huge for the Cougars this year. Once again, leading the team in minutes played, averaging 31.2. Excuse me, that's our first half play. Wasn't supposed to show you that one. By the way, that was Evan Henry. Henry also having a fantastic game. He's 3 of 5 from beyond the arc with 9 points. The Cougars as a team shooting 31% from three-point land. Marian shooting 42%, 8 of 19 shooting. The Cougars have more assists than Marian, 12 to 7. Marian's winning in steals, 5 to 2. St. Francis 7 turnovers, Marian with 6. Cougars with 4 blocks, Marian with 3. Marian's got 16 points off the bench. St. Francis, well, here's where St. Francis is dominating. The Cougars have 48 points in the paint, Marian just 14. So there's your number of the game right there as we're back at it here at the Hut. 6-9 to 6-2. Cougars looking for their 7th straight win on the season and halting Marian's 7 straight wins. Andrew Jordan from 15 feet out knocks it down. For Jordan, that's his first 2 points of the game. Andrew, who came in with 77 rebounds under his belt, has 9 in this one. Chandler White has a game high 10 rebounds. Lienhoop working against Andrew Jordan. Jordan gets a right hand on it, and jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow in favor of the Cougars. Inbounds goes to Lienhoop. Back out to Hinen. Derek working off the pick set by Lienhoop, but we're going to have a foul called, a blocking foul, I do believe, on Andrew Jordan. So for Jordan, that'll be his first and the team's 5th. Andrew Jordan, a senior forward, transferred in from Lincoln College. He's out of Peoria, Illinois. Peoria is the hometown for Bradley University. Bradley plays in the Missouri Valley Conference, along with Missouri State, Northern Iowa, Southern Illinois. Nice basketball conference. Wichita State. Actually, I'm not sure if Wichita State's still in the conference anymore. I believe they moved on to bigger and better things. Hinen, right hand, no good. And bounding ball, rebounded by Lienhoop. Will not fall down for Bryce, but he's going to head to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Jordan picks up his second foul, team 6th. Bryce already 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. First one is good. Folks, so far, the player of the game here is Derek Hinen, who's 9 of 15 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, with 8 assists and a game-high 23 points. So far, he is your player of the game. Chandler White's right behind him with 14 points and 10 rebounds. 6-point advantage here for St. Francis. Lienhoop now with 13 points. Stewart. Lotzenheiser's got the defense on Christian Stewart. Lob pass goes down to Albers, who I think Lienhoop got a piece of that one, but it's tipped in by Andrew Jordan. Jordan now with 4 points. 4-point advantage for St. Francis. 3:45 left to play in regulation. Lotzenheiser. Hinen has Chandler White top the key. Looking for Lienhoop down low. Nice defense there by Sterling Brown as the three-pointer is on its way. Front rim's no good. Rebounded by Jordan. That was Lotzenheiser with the three-point attempt. Out of the corner, Albers up with the right hand, no good. Rebounded by Lienhoop. Lienhoop owning that board right there. He now has 9. Inside 3 minutes to play. Sterling Brown with the defense on Derek Hinen. Lob goes into Bryce Lienhoop all day. Beautiful feed by Connor Lotzenheiser. Bryce now with 15. And we got a timeout, a full timeout going to be taken by Coach Hetty. We'll take one here with him. Today's game is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for your Cougars.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, folks, to the Hutzel Athletic Center. You were just listening to the Cougar Marching Pride. Doing a great job. Folks, looking at the leaders here in the Crossroads League with double-doubles. Right up there is Bryce Lienhoop. Chandler White recording his first double-double on the season. But Tyler Ahrens from Huntington has 5 double-doubles. Paul Foreman from Bethel has 4, and Bryce Lienhoop has 4 as well. So Bryce looking for his 5th as Stowers goes up easily, uncontested off glass. That'll be his 22nd point, just one behind Derek Hinen for a game high. 2:15 left to play here in regulation. We got a 4-point advantage here for St. Francis, up 72-68. Hinen being guarded by Sterling Brown. This is a fundamentally sound Marian squad. You can tell Coach Hetty's going to have a nice tenure there at Marian. And charging going to be called on the Cougars with Connor Lotzenheiser. Picks up the foul. That'll be his first. And the team's, that'll be team foul number 5 for St. Francis. Inside 2 minutes of play, Stowers over the timeline. Stowers working against Hinen as they go back out. Sterling Brown gets the separation on the step back jumper. 19-footers, no good, just inside the arc. You know, Sterling Brown's taken about 4 shots this game just inside the arc. I know as a fan, you'd probably like to see him just be a couple feet beyond so he can get that 3-pointer. Near steal there by Andrew Jordan. But Sterling Brown is 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. 7 of 12 from the field. Lienhoop down low, backing down Andrew Jordan. Contested, Jordan getting the swat on that second one as Hinen's going to foul Sterling Brown. For Derek, that'll be his 2nd and the team's 6th. Intense final minute we have scheduled here at the hut. Albers gets it into Stewart. Stowers on the near wing. Marian needs to get 2 here quickly with time ticking down. The feed goes into Andrew Jordan. Jordan one-on-one with Bryce Lienhoop. Goes up, circus shot with the right hand. Great defense there by number 23. This is a veteran team here in the University of St. Francis, knowing exactly what to do here in the final minute with the 4-point lead. Hinen, and we're going to call a timeout with 13 seconds on the shot clock, 26.8 seconds on the regulation. And for St. Francis, this will be a full timeout. Once again, today's game brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. So Bryce Lienhoop now with 15 points and 12 rebounds has recorded his 5th double-double of the season to keep him up with the conference leaders here in the Crossroads League. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Marian. Stowers in transition, finds Sterling Brown for 3. Knocks it down, that'll pull the Knights to within 1. Holy cow. And just like that, it's a 1-point game with 20 seconds remaining. Once again, a full timeout taken by Coach Scott Hetty, as we're gonna stay right here. St. Francis shooting a cool 50% from the field, 30 of 60 shooting here in this game. A huge turnover right there for the Cougars. 9 turnovers to Marian 6 in the game. Very cleanly played game by both teams. St. Francis 5 of 17 from three-point land, shooting 29% and 70% from the free throw line, 7 of 10. Cougars and Marian deadlocked at 34 in rebounding. St. Francis with 4 more assists at 13 to 19. Once again, folks, the points in the paint is the major story here. St. Francis has 50 to just 20 for Marian. So Cougars dominating in the paint. Looking at the bigs for Marian, you got Samuel Guyman at 6'7", 210, and Carter Taylor at 6'7", 210. I feel like Carter Taylor is more of a true big for them. And we have an inbounds pass here by Evan Henry. Here on the baseline, gets it into Hinen. Hinen's double team here. Sterling Brown, lob pass goes in to Chandler White, who's going to be fouled by Christian Stewart right there at the timeline. So a nice play there by Derek Hinen, who was trapped down on the baseline. Hinen's been huge, coming up large for Coach Chad LaCross so many times in this game. In the first half, when the Cougars were down 24 to 27, he went on a 5-point run and was able to give the Cougars the lead, 29-27. Then the big three-pointer with 6:45 left to play in regulation, as that lead had whittled down to 3 points for the Cougars. We got another timeout, this one called by Coach Chad LaCross. Leading all players in scoring is Derek Hinen with 23 points, 9 of 16 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 8 assists. His season high in assists is 9, and that was against Olivet Naz, so he's just 1 assist away from tying his season high. In the Crossroads League, Mike Bush for Huntington had 17 assists against Wright State Lake. Bush had 16 assists against Concordia out of Ann Arbor, and he had 14 assists against Grace Bible. After that, Kyle Hartman from Bethel has 11 assist games. So folks, keep an eye out for Kyle Hartman from Bethel. We already know what Mike Bush brings to a game. Stellar rebounding games. Evan Maxwell from Indiana Wesleyan had 19 rebounds against Miami of Ohio out of Hamilton. Evan Crow from Taylor had a 17 rebound game. Andrew Jordan had a 16 rebound game against Mount Vernon Naz. Paul Foreman of Bethel, the Cherubusco native, had 14 rebounds against Taylor in their opening Crossroads League game. Bryce Lienhoop's best on the season is 13 rebounds. He's currently at 12, so he's looking to match a season best. First free throw attempt by Chandler White is good. Huge free throws here by White as he gives the Cougars the 2-point advantage. Chandler entering today a 65% free throw shooter, hitting 11 of 17. Second free throw, rims in. So a 3-point advantage here for St. Francis. Coach LaCross going to take a full timeout. We'll take one with him. You're watching Cougar basketball here at the University of St. Francis.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. So folks, Marian, percentage-wise, is out shooting St. Francis from the free throw line. They're 4 of 5 shooting. The Cougars are 9 of 12. From beyond the arc, they're 9 of 20 for 45%. St. Francis 5 of 17. Cougars winning from the field 30 of 60, 50%, while Marian is at 44%. Stowers quickly over the timeline. 10 seconds left to play in this game. Stowers and Marian down by 3. He's looking for a last-second three-point attempt, and it rims in. 3.3 seconds remaining. Evan Henry's going to get the last shot off for the Cougars off glass. We are heading to overtime. What a way to end regulation here. Wesley Stowers hits the triple as we are going into overtime. 5 minutes put up on the clock. So we have another exciting 5 minutes of basketball action for you. Once again, today's game is brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships. Back here at the hut where we have a tip-off between Andrew Jordan and Bryce Lienhoop with a fresh 5 minutes on the clock as the tip-off is won by St. Francis. What an exciting regulation we had played here. The Cougars went into halftime up by 5. Marian made up the difference, tying this game at 74. Hinen down low, off glass, no good. Derek's going to be fouled. We'll head to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul goes on Andrew Jordan. That's his 3rd, team's 8th. Both teams in the bonus. Derek Hinen once again with 8 assists, only needs 2 for a new season high. Hinen is currently 4 of 4 from the charity stripe, making it 5 for 5. Wesley Stowers with that three-pointer with 3.3 seconds left to play in the game is now your game's leading scorer at 25 points. But one more free throw here by Hinen will tie that, and we are Hinen and Stowers with 25 points in this game. Stowers hands it off to Christian Stewart. Pick set by Jordan as Lienhoop comes all the way out on Stewart. Jordan kicks out. Albers three-pointer. Front rims in for number 12, Mark Albers. Albers is now 3 of 4 from beyond the arc with 19 points. Marian takes the lead, 77-76. Henry for three, knocks it down. Derek Henry now with 12 points, 4 of 6 shooting from three-point land. Wesley Stowers cannot match on the other end, rebounded by Bryce Lienhoop. Lienhoop now with 13 rebounds in this game. Hinen working against Brown, and I think they're going to call a tie-up. Christian Stewart and Derek Hinen. Hinen won the foul, so too the Cougar bench. Looks like Christian Stewart grabbed it from behind. Tough call there, and the call was a jump ball. So possession arrow now in favor of St. Francis. 3:30 left to play. Cougars up by 2. Stowers walled off by Lienhoop. Bryce looks like he got a piece of that one. Stowers with the rebound. Looking to get himself out of trouble. Brown goes back to Stowers out of the corner, hits the triple. Wesley Stowers is on fire, folks. 5 of 10 from three-point land with 28 points. Marian up by 1, 80-79. Foul this time going to be called on Christian Stewart, I do believe. No, it's called on 23, Andrew Jordan. That'll be his 4th. So Bryce Lienhoop heads back to the free throw line. Bryce is 3 of 5 for charity stripe in this game. Bryce has 15 points. First free throw's no good on the 1-and-1. Stowers slowly brings it over. We're inside 3 minutes to play. Brown gets it over to Stewart. Alber's up top. It goes over to Brown. Brown, strong take to the cup. Gets it to go off glass. Sterling Brown does not play like a freshman, folks. Plays like a floor general for the Knights. Marian's up by 3. Bryce gets right past Jordan, no problem with it. Finishes with the right hand. Lienhoop now with 17 points. St. Francis down by 1. Cougars need to get a stop here. Approaching 2 minutes to play. Hinen with the one-on-one defense against Stowers. And they're going to call a charge against number 4, Wesley Stowers, who lowered the shoulder and initiated the contact with Derek Hinen. Looks like there were 2 refs that blew their whistle. Each one, I think, thought differently on the call. But once they collectively got together, absolutely, it looked like a charge on the offensive player just because he initiated the contact and lowered the shoulder. Anytime you lower the shoulder like you're expecting contact, they will call an offensive foul. So it'll be Chandler White getting it into Hinen. Huge play there by Derek Hinen drawing the foul. White. Once again, Bryce having no problem scoring with Andrew Jordan on him. Gets his own rebound taken away from behind by Christian Stewart. And another jump ball going to be called, this time possession arrow in favor of St. Francis. .141 left to play. It'll be Hinen with the inbounds pass. Derek gets it back. Sterling Brown with the defense on Hinen. Lotzenheiser down low, calling for it in the lane. He pops back out as Lienhoop goes to work. Right-handed hook shot is good. Jordan's going to be called with the foul. So for Jordan, that's number 5. He will foul out. And I don't know if Marian's going to be able to regroup from that one. That's a big loss, losing Andrew Jordan. Players For the Marian coaches cannot believe it. They're saying Jordan had his hands straight up. We got a timeout. Going to be taken by Marian University. It's a full timeout. We'll take one more with them. Today's game brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where your University of St. Francis Cougars, the number 3 ranked team in the country, lead it 83-82 over Marian University, the Knights out of Indianapolis. Bryce Lienhoop at the free throw line after being fouled by Andrew Jordan. Jordan now is fouled out. Lienhoop misses on the front end once again, as Stowers is going to bring it over the timeline. St. Francis as a team now shooting 70% from the free throw line. Sterling Brown, left hand take, gets it to fall off glass. Marian takes back the lead, 84-83. Hinen with the ball for St. Francis. Hinen gets it back from Chandler White. Feed goes down to Bryce Lienhoop. With the defense on Bryce is Samuel Guyman. Guyman's got 4 fouls for Marian. Marian Biggs definitely in trouble here in overtime. Lienhoop double team, kicks out to Hinen. Christian Stewart going to be called with the foul, number 30. That'll be his 4th, team's 11th. St. Francis in the double bonus, where Derek Hinen will shoot 2. Derek in this game, a perfect 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. Entering today, Hinen, an 82% free throw shooter. Knocks it down. Hinen getting it done from the charity stripe today for sure. He now has a team best 26 points. Second one, no good, but rebounded by Hinen. So many huge plays for Derek Hinen in this game. Lienhoop. We have about a 13-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. We're tied at 84. Cougars happy to let this thing dwindle down. Lienhoop for 3. Back rim's no good, rebounded by Stewart. 19 seconds left. Marian could win the game here. Just 12 seconds left to play. Stowers is over the timeline. Remember, Stowers hit a 3-pointer from about 25 feet out to send this game into overtime. 15-foot jumper is good. 1.7 seconds left. Coach LaCross has to call a timeout. Oh my. Once again, Wesley Stowers just getting it done. Let's check out the replay here. Stowers against Derek Hinen just puts on the brakes and pulls up for 15 feet. So smooth as Wesley Stowers in that transition from full speed, stopping on a dime and letting it fly. If you guys will remember, It was his three-pointer at the end of regulation and sent this game into overtime. Let's take another look. Wesley Stowers over the timeline. Hinen with the defense. You see it gets switched to Lienhoop. That's an advantage for St. Francis there with the long arm in the face of Stowers, but he still knocks it down from way downtown. The Cougars wisely get the ball into Evan Henry, who lets her fly, but the half-court shot is off the mark. And here we are. Folks, the Cougars with 1.7 seconds. They can get a shot off beyond half-court, but that shot most likely will be a three-pointer. So St. Francis can win this game here with the three, just 1.7 seconds remaining. Holy cow. The Cougars with an outstanding performance at Spring Arbor a week ago with a 10-point victory. Here playing a very tough Marian squad. Marian shooting 47% from the field, 50% from three-point land, 80% from the free throw line. Timeout's going to be called by Marian, a 30-second timeout. Excuse me, that's a full timeout. So what a game, what a game. Let's see if we have any finals from around the Crossroads League. Taylor University wins it 90-82 at home against Spring Arbor. No upset there. Taylor should win that game at home. Huntington hosting Bethel, losing it 85-63. Bethel, the better team, as Bethel is ranked number 16 in the country with an 8-1 record. Indiana Wesleyan beating Goshen 102-83. That was to be expected. And Marian currently upsetting St. Francis 86-84. Bethel with one loss on the season. And who that one loss come to? Well, it was to Viterbo out of Wisconsin. Bethel losing 76-64 on the road. .7 seconds remains here at the Hut. There'll be Chandler White with the inbounds pass. Cougars looking to steal this victory here as the inbounds goes into Derek Hinen. Hinen, nice job as he gets the ball over half court and calls the timeout with 0.8 seconds remaining. Enough time for a catch and shoot for St. Francis. Full timeout called by Coach LaCross. You are listening to the Cougar Marching Pride. So St. Francis will get to inbound this ball here from the sideline here at half court. Hutzel Athletic Center, Marian's up 86-84. St. Francis being led by Derek Hinen, 26 points, 9 of 16 shooting from the field. Marian University led by Wesley Stowers, 12 of 26 from the field, 5 of 10 from three-point land. With the inbounds pass, it's Chandler White lobs it into Bryce Lienhoop, reverse layup, it's good! As the Cougars tie this game up at 86. Holy cow! One more time. White off the inbounds, gets it into White. Reverse lane, as you can see, he barely got a hand on it. Holy cow. Today's game is brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Wow!
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Holy cow, folks, definitely worth the price of admission is this game between the Marian University Knights and the University of St. Francis Cougars. There's been so much excitement here in the hut that we have a spilled beverage down here at the floor at half court. Another tip-off coming up. What a play we had there. Chandler White finding Bryce Lienhoop. That was like a back shoulder throw, to use some football terminology. Holy cow. Second overtime coming up as the tip-off is taken by Evan Henry and the Cougars. Lotzenheiser near wing. Lienhoop down low. Lienhoop's got a huge scratch on his neck. Three-pointer is good by Derek Hinen. Derek Hinen, what a play, as he now has a team-high 29 points, one behind Wesley Stowers, game-high 30. Inside the arc, jumper is good for number 20, Guyman. Lotzenheiser. Bryce down low. Bryce should have no problem scoring on the block now that Andrew Jordan's out of the game. Guyman has 4 fouls. And Christian Stewart also has 4 fouls. Yes, Derek Hinen hits another triple. He's on fire, folks. He's on fire. Step back jumper is good by Sterling Brown. Amazing how good a shooters Wesley Stowers and Sterling Brown are. But it's Derek Hinen who has the game high 32. Derek Hinen now with a career high 32 points. As the bunny goes in and out, Cougars with a 2-point advantage. Brown, step back, 3-pointer, back rim's no good. Long rebound there for Henry. Lotzenheiser, strong off glass, charging, going to be called on Connor. That's his second, team's 7th. So Derek Hinen entering today, his previous season high was 26 points against Spring Arbor. That he now has 32 points, new season high. His 11 field goals made is a new season high, and he's 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and that ties his season high at Olivet Nazarene. He hit 3 3-pointers. What a game for Derek Hinen. He's been the player of the game ever since he rattled off those 5 straight points in the first half. Stewart gives it to Guyman, kicks back out. Albers wanted that 3-point look. Stowers does throw up the 3, no good. Rebounded by Chandler White. For Chandler, that's his 11th,
rebound of the game. He has his first double-double of the season. Last year he had 2. But this year he's recorded his first today with 16 points and 11 rebounds. Lienhoop down low. Bryce pushing Guyman around. Cannot finish with the right hand, rebounded by Stowers. We're approaching 2 minutes left to play. Sterling Brown, left-handed. So much touch off the glass there for the freshman Sterling Brown. Hinen over the timeline. We're tied at 9-2. Still can't believe with 1.7, the Cougars inbounded it over half court, called the timeout with .08, and then Chandler White gets it into Bryce Lienhoop with a reverse lay-in. Unbelievable. Fadeaway jumper's no good, but Hinen gets fouled. He will head to the free throw line. So Derek, who's 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Last time at the charity stripe, he went 1 of 2. Entering today, 82% shooter on the season. And the first one is good. Hinen now with the game best and St. Francis career best, 33 points. I'll be curious to know what Hinen's career best at Huntington was. Second one, no good. Cougars up by 1. Hinen at Huntington scored 31 points against Wright State Lake. That was his career high. Chandler White, Bryce Lienhoop. Last 2 players, as we're going to have to clean up the mess on the floor. Wes Davenport, manager for the Cougar basketball team, over there to help out Evan Henry as well. That's a senior, Evan Henry, noticing that for the Cougars. Want to make sure all players have the best playing surfaces possible here at St. Francis. Stowers now with the inbounds. Gets it into Albers. Sneaky play there. Albers fooled everybody. Albers now has 21 points. 3 players for Marian have scored over 21 points in Albers, Brown, and Stowers. 2 players for St. Francis and Lienhoop and Hinen. Marian up by 1, inside 1 minute to play. Bryce Lienhoop down low. Nice, off the glass. Bryce now with 23 points to go with his 14 rebounds. Stowers over to Albers. Wesley Stowers now, 40 seconds left. Lienhoop comes out with the help defense on Stowers. Stowers' 3-point attempt. It's good. Holy moly, nothing but the bottom of the net for Wesley Stowers. Wes is now 6 of 12 from 3-point land, tying Derek Hinen with a game high, 33 points. Cougars are down by 2. There's only 1 timeout left for both teams. Brown's got the defense on Hinen. Chandler White now working against Albers. Henry over to Hinen. Deep 3-pointer by Derek Hinen. Ball short. Loose ball. Picked up. Marian's the first team to get to it. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of USF. At least that's what it says on the scoreboard. You guys can see that. Refs are saying possession in favor of Marian. You guys definitely see on the scoreboard that arrow says St. Francis. Oh boy, we got a timeout. Holy cow. Well, let's check out this replay here. It's a Derek Hinen triple try. Derek Hinen just huge in this game. A NAIA career high, 33 points for Hinen. Great ball movement for the Cougars. He's got Sterling Brown, the true freshman, on him, but enough separation there from that pick off Bryce Lienhoop. Derek Hinen, back-to-back 3-pointers to start off the second half. That was the second one. Let's check it. Let's take a look at the first one for Hinen. Off the tip-off. Cougars with the possession. It's Connor Lotzenheiser. Feeds down to Bryce Lienhoop as Hinen circles over. Sterling Brown comes down for the help. That leaves Hinen all alone for three. What a game we've had here. What a game. On the camera is freshman Matt Runyon from Brownsburg High School, just outside of Indianapolis on the northwest side. Northwest side is Brownsburg. And my name is Jeff Mahoney, bringing you the play-by-play. With the inbounds pass will be number 30, Christian Stewart. His team up by 2 with 9.7 seconds left to play. Look for the Cougars 2 fouls. St. Francis currently with 17 fouls. 9.7 seconds left here in the second overtime. Foul is called on 31, Austin Compton. Good job there by Compton. Marian's going to head to the free throw line for the 1-and-1. Looks like Isaiah Thomas is going to be playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, so everybody in Cleveland's excited when it's obvious that Boston got the better of that deal. Boston Celtics, the #1 team in the NBA, behind Kyrie Irving. And their coach, Brad Stevens, formerly from Butler. Brown, front end of the 1-and-1's no good. Holy cow for Sterling Brown, who's now 4 of 5, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. As Chandler White gets fouled, he'll head to the charity stripe. 3.8 seconds remaining. See how fast Chandler White was there to get to the cup? Wheels to Chandler White. Holy cow. Chandler is 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this game. On the season, he's a 65% free throw shooter, hitting 11 of 17 entering today's contest. Checking in for Marian is going to be number 34, Carter Taylor. Out of the game is number 20, Sam Guyman. Chandler. First of 2 free throws is good. Cougars down by 1 at 97-96. Steven Turner's going to check in for St. Francis. He'll come in for Lotzenheiser. Steven checks in with 4 points, 0 rebounds. Chandler White's got 12 rebounds. Bryce Lienhoop's got 14. Second free throw attempt for Chandler White is no good. Front rim's no good. Rebounded by Christian Stewart. 1.7 seconds remains. Wow. Possession arrow in favor of St. Francis. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. Wow. 1.7 seconds remaining. Cougars with another chance here at taking this game. Well, folks, Marian's up 97-96 over St. Francis. The Cougars possession here after the jump ball with 1.7 seconds remaining. Who do the Cougars turn to in this situation? Derek Hinen's had the hot hand, but most recently Chandler White, man, he got to the cup in no time, showing off his quicks. Down on the baseline, Coach Cross drawing up the plays for St. Francis. Coach Cross is in his 8th season with the Cougars, a 2001 graduate from Tri-State. Scott Heddy's in his first season with Marian University. He comes from Carmel High School, the Carmel Greyhounds, a great team. And before that, he was at Warren Central, both out of the MIC, Metropolitan Interscholastic Conference. It'll be Evan Henry with the inbounds pass. Look for him to get it into Bryce Lienhoop, who's being guarded by Carter Taylor. Bryce standing on the block currently. Pick set for Derek Hinen. Fadeaway jumper. Baseline is good! Derek Hinen knocks it down to win this game for the Cougars. Wow. Check. 1-2. All right. Down here on the floor, Coach LaCross, double overtime victory, 98-97. First Crossroads League game at home this season. Obviously, we're in Crossroads League play, so we got plenty more of these to come.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I mean, there's no way we win that game. You know what I mean? I mean, think of the situations. Our guys, I mean, we rode those 5 guys for a long, long time. They did an incredible job and just found a way, you know. And I mean, we came over to the bench and not one of them say a word, you know, as far as of being negative. They're all like, let's get this, let's get this, let's get this. I mean, they go to the line up 2 and just miss a 1-and-1. And I don't know, just incredible basketball game.
Well, it was a great game. You got your first look at Marian University under their first-year head coach. They shot a great game from the field and from beyond the arc. It's true that freshman, Sterling Brown, can sure shoot it. But what do you think of the Knights here in your first chance to see them under their new coach?
I don't like it. You know, they're good. You know, and they play with confidence. Young guys do a great job. I looked over and talked, you know, I was talking to Luke, Todd, and Jeremy. I said, I've never seen a team hit that many jumpers. We want to force jumpers, and they're making everything. So, you know, it kind of went against what we wanted to do, but, you know, we just stick to what we do. We stick to what we do every single possession, every single game, and we just found a way to win. So.
And Derek Hinen was so huge for you today, Coach. Obviously winning the fadeaway baseline or knocking that down there to win the game. In the first half, he had 5 straight points to take us from 24-27 to 29-27. It just seems like Derek stepped up big so many times in this game.
Well, and that's why I said he finally played with some swagger and, you know, some real confidence up at Spring Arbor. And what a shot. Unbelievable. So, you know, I thought we had Bryce open on the screen. He opened up underneath the basket. I thought that was open. But we got into Derek's hands and he finished. What an incredible shot. So great all-around game from both sides. Give a lot of credit to Marian. Quite a great game, and Coach Heddy's first class. So it's tough to see them be this good this early.
Congratulations, Coach. Great win. We're going to go find Derek Hinen real quick. All right, folks, well, coming out here is Derek Hinen. So many huge plays for Derek in this game. Derek, before we even went into overtime, I had you as the player of the game in this one. Well, let's just talk about that last shot. Did you expect to get the ball in that situation? And what do you think? The fadeaway jumper, it looked like you had all the confidence in the world.
Well, it was supposed to go to our All-American Bryce Lienhoop, who had a heck of a game. And, I mean, he put us into double overtime. I don't even know what it was. And Bryce made a heck of a play there, and we were trying to get back to him. And Evan just made a really good read on the screen, and he saw that my guy cheated with Bryce and saw me for an open shot. So it was just a great pass by Evan and a great screen by Bryce.
You know, I noticed the same thing happened to start the second overtime, where Sterling Brown sank down on Bryce. That left you open top of the key. You ended up knocking down 2 3-pointers in back-to-back possessions to start this second overtime. Coach said your confidence is really starting to be great. How do you feel right now, this point in the season, with your first year here with the Cougs?
I mean, it's coaching and it's the guys I play with, and I mean, I got down on myself over the years a little bit, and coming here, they really just reinstilled my love for basketball and love for playing. So, I mean, all the credit to the coaches, all the credit to my players, and all the credit to God. Absolutely.
Well, great game, Derek. Hey, congratulations, a career-high 35 points. So that breaks your career high at Huntington and here at St. Francis. So congratulations. Folks, our player of the game, Derek Hinen, and what a game he had. Not much else you can say about this game here. Marian shot fantastic from the field. So too did the Cougs. But in the end, St. Francis just gutted it out. One of the major stats that we're going to look at here real quick was the points in the paint. That was dominated by St. Francis. And at the end of the game, St. Francis had 58 points in the paint. Marian had 28. Folks, Marian can flat out shoot it. You saw that today with their junior Wesley Stowers and their freshman that was Sterling Brown. So what an amazing game. Cougars back in action here at the Hut this Saturday as part of a doubleheader with the women's basketball team. Once again, Derek Hinen, 35 points, a new career high. Bryce Lienhoop with his 5th double-double of the season, 23 and 14. Chandler White finished with 17 points. Evan Henry with 12. Wesley Stower with 33 points. Sterling Brown with 29. Albers had 21 points to lead Marian. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. What a great win here. 98-97. Cougs win it in double overtime. Have a wonderful night.